over the moon, obviously. I was on the MTR when I heard the news, so I was trying not to go crazy on the train, but I was so happy because without this scholarship I wouldn't be able to go abroad to study, and so I'm really grateful and feel very honoured to be awarded the scholarship today. So I'll be studying modern and contemporary literature, which is what I'm interested in most. The older texts are very interesting too, but I feel that the more contemporary literatures are closer to our lives and we can relate better to those stories. At the moment, I plan to continue studying after finishing this Masters. So hopefully I'll be able to finish my DPhil and maybe come back to see you to teach English. I studied English literature when I was in secondary school, and I really enjoyed the lessons because the teacher was very good. She encouraged us to think on our own, and she didn't give us model answers. So I really enjoyed the freedom of studying English literature. So when I had to choose my own major of study, I decided to choose English, and that's because I love reading English literature and also had a great time at school studying English literature. I think it's a shame that not as many students are taking humanities subject, because I think that humanities subjects are better for creating a whole person, someone who's all-rounded, who thinks critically and is able to communicate well with others. I think that if you're taking other subjects, not humanities subjects, it's fine if you are really passionate about it. I know of some of my friends who really want to be a doctor, who really wants to be a lawyer, and they're really good at it as well because they love what they're doing. I don't think it's good to choose a subject based on what other people think you should do, because at the end of the day it's you studying and it's you paying the effort. So you're the person who knows yourself best, and I think that at the end of the day, if you're passionate about what you're studying, you do well, and I think that's a win-win situation all around. I was a freshman at the time, and it was the first time I organised a service activity all by ourselves, because we were the first year of CWQ students, and we formed our own service team, and then we wrote our own proposal and we applied for funding and everything. So it was a very long process, but very rewarding as well. And we organised a summer camp for a group of secondary students, and it was great fun, and we became friends, and they shared with us the stories, and it was a really great learning experience for both the students and also for us. The most unforgettable thing, well, there are a few things, but then I really miss going to drama class, because I took a drama course at UC Davis. So every day I would walk to class, and it would be sunrise, and it was so beautiful, and I met so many amazing people during the drama course, so some of them I still keep in touch with, so I miss doing drama. I love writing poetry because it's a way for me to express my feelings. Sometimes you have feelings that you can't quite tell people, but then you can write it down and express it in that kind of poetic form. I think it's very important for kids to read at a very young age, because when I was a very young child, I loved reading detective stories, and that was why I fell in love with reading.
I think that for kids to build up the habit of reading helps them in future years when they do have to read a lot for their studies or for something else. I don't have any secret for learning. I think that it's important that you like what you're studying and you want to find out more about the subject so that you try your best to learn everything. I think that's the key to learning. There's no shortcut, there's no secret ingredient to learning, so really try to find your passion so that you can do well in your studies.
What would I say to DSE students? Well, first of all, I've been through the same experience as you guys. I also, was very worried about my other subjects like liberal studies, which was a new subject then. I was the first batch of student taking that. So I was very worried, and thankfully I did quite well in the exams, but personally I'm not really good at exams because I'm better at writing essays on my own than taking exams, which can be quite nerve-wracking. So it's okay if you don't do very well in exams. Try your best, and once you get into university, it's a whole new world. You can choose your own favorite subject to study, and I think that's the most important thing, because then you enjoy it more than taking a lot of different subjects that some of them you don't enjoy that much. So I would say that try to get to university. It's very fun and it's a great place to be.
The unfinished word. Danny will not go to bed without his blue Mickey Mouse shoes, which he sometimes takes the liberty of chewing. Before Mickey Mouse, there was a choo-choo train, and before the train, there was a blue toy poodle smelling of old roses. And before the poodle, there was Ruth, the twin, with a free, toothy grin, who learned to say "we" before she knew you. On June 25th, at 2 in the afternoon, Ruth was returned, dust to dust to dust to dust. Danny goes to bed wearing his Mickey Mouse shoes because there are multiple ways to remember an unfinished word.